I am Katharina Michio, and you are watching NYMania.
I'm Kayla Welsh, and you're watching NY Yankee Mania.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy, and I am so excited to be part of the New York Yankee Mania show.
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.
Good morning, everyone. We have a dancing Nitin here. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to NY Yankee Mania, where everything is happening, all for the good. Nitin, good morning. I know we have like a minute or two before hopefully we get to our fantastic guest that you brought us.
Yep.
So take it away.
So good morning, Joe. What's up, everyone in the chat? My team and I brought you guys two special guests for today on the same link. So stay tuned, man. It's a busy day for Joe. But first, my work colleague from Nation's Best NIL Dream Team, BRIAH FRISBEE, should be joining here soon. She'll be talking about her journey, career, women in sports, how she got started with Nation's Best, and what's it like being in this industry, being a content creator. So get your questions ready for BRIAH. And Joe, I know Joe is going to do a great job with this. So, and also after that, stay tuned. 11:45, obviously on the same show. My team and I also booked our client JUAN RICON, former MLB reliever. He played for the Minnesota Twins. What a great underrated pitcher he was. So get your questions ready for him too. That's gonna be a great show, and Joe is ready for that too. So guys, stay tuned. Full pack, jam-packed show today, and also tonight is our Job on the Mouth show later tonight at 6:45. And I booked them, our friend and client, Amon Green, former Green Bay Packers running back. So he'll be joining today there. So stay tuned, guys. This is going to be awesome, and looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing your questions for BRIAH and Juan. So there you go.
Well, that's a big mouthful we gotta handle, my friend, but we'll get through it. It'll be a lot of fun. I did a short a little earlier this morning, everyone. How many games do you think the Yankees are going to win this year? If you can go on there, take a look, and let me know why you're picking that particular number, and then we'll discuss it possibly on a later show tonight. And I believe our star of the show is here and coming. We're gonna put on BRIAH in just a second. Everyone, get your questions ready. This is going to be a great interview. She has a lot to be proud of, and we're going to find out how it all began. So let's bring on BRIAH. And good morning there, cutie bird. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Oh, I love your voice.
Thank you.
Can I send you a hug?
Sure.
Okay, there we go. There's a big hug for you. I got to tell you, I'm honored. This is basically your first interview, basically on. Oh wow!
Yeah.
With that wonderful smile and that look. Are you kidding me? You haven't been on yet?
No.
Are you serious? Well. First of all, thank you so much for taking time from your busy schedule to be on. And in case you don't know, my name is Joe. I really appreciate it. You're working together with Nitin and everything, and I envy what you're doing. And I want to start from I don't want it to be boring for you. I want you to enjoy here, and I want to get started with you. When did you start the dream, and when did you finally decide exactly what you wanted to do? Because you could be a model, you could be a lot of things.
No.
So let's see. Let's hear it. Everyone, get your questions for her, please, and we'll do it one at a time. No problem, as long as she says it's okay.
Of course.
So go ahead.
Well, I have always been in sport since I was really young. My parents always had me and my sister playing something. They were pretty big into sports too. So I started off with softball or t-ball or whatever you want to call it. And then I played that for my whole life. Started playing basketball in like the third grade. And then COVID hit and all of those kind of got a little messed up. So I was still in high school at the time that COVID started, and one of the coaches that I knew in the school was trying to start a women's golf team for the first time ever at my high school, and he asked if I wanted to play, and I was like, yeah, like I think it would be fun. So I did, and I ended up not being too bad at it for just starting out. So he was like, BRIAH, you really need to look into like golf in college, because number one, as a female, it's a little bit easier to gain a scholarship in golf just because the competition is less, because less women play golf.
Yeah.
So I thought about it for a while because I really wanted to go play basketball in college, and I was like, I don't know. And then COVID kept happening. I was working at a golf course at the time, just in the pro shop, just for a little job while everything else was closed. So I kept thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I talked to my dad, and he was like, BRIAH, it's awesome to know, like, you can meet a million different people through golf. You can play it for the rest of your life. So anyways, I ended up going and playing college golf at Emory and Henry University, which is a smaller D2 school in Southwest Virginia. Best 4 years of my life. And while I was in college, I literally would get my hands on any and everything that I possibly could with women working in sport. So I did various internships, one at the Bristol Motor Speedway, a few different ones at my school within the athletic program. I worked for a NIL company called Influxer. They were kind of starting up at the time that I was working for them, which was about a little over a year ago, I guess. I think that time frame is about right. Anyways, and then when I graduated, I wanted to be Miss Little Independent, and I moved to North Carolina by myself, not really having like a definite plan, but I always knew that I wanted to work in sports. So I was just messaging like people on LinkedIn and like seeing what all I can get my hands on. And then that's when I met Bob with Nation's Best NIL Dream Team, and he was absolutely awesome and kind of understood what I was looking for. So he allowed me to start freelancing for his company, which is Nation's Best. Just making videos on anything that he's trying to spread the word about, anything that's up and coming with his company and things like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just sports have always been a part of my life, and it's just what I get excited to talk about and excited to learn about and everything like that. So that's where I think I need to be, is somewhere in sports.
Well, first of all, that's very, very, very interesting, very exciting time for you. But when you, in doing something like this now, do you also put together all kinds of, do you ever put together shows for people? Do you put the language together? What exactly is your comfort zone for the team right now? What exactly do you do?
Yeah, so when I do make content, you have to make sure that you have subtitles and pictures and things like that. That the way it's accessible to everyone.
Yeah,
everyone can understand what you're trying to imply, even if they don't understand some of the language. Or and by language, I just mean like things like I could be sitting here talking about golf, and half the people probably won't know what handicap is or par or things like that. It's kind of the same thing in my head. It's like, if someone doesn't really know about NIL or things like that, like we need to be putting pictures in the video. That way people can maybe get an understanding of what it is through that. So that, like, you do have to be very intentional with what you're creating. So that way you access more people. And because if people aren't interested in what the video is because they don't understand, they're not going to keep watching. So you have to really be kind of strategic about the pictures you're putting in there, the language you're putting in there, how quick you're talking, how slow you're talking. And also I think that's something that my age kind of helps too, because when I was growing up, technology was like the super big thing. So I'm very used to being able to work with technology, which works out in my favor.
Yes, that
So
is very, very true.
definitely helped it.
Very, very true. I mean, and that's exciting for you because now let me ask you something. Do you follow a specific path with one thing, or could it just be in general? I mean, what is your main focus, and what do you drive on?
Yeah, so right now, really, with me just graduating and everything, I'm really just taking any and every opportunity to just get my hands on anything that I could possibly get my hands on, without like overlapping my schedule as much as I can. But that's really what I try to do. Like I try to network to the best of my ability, and if they see any interest in me and I see any interest in them, as long as it's related to sports, like I'll learn about whatever it is. Like I just had a call this morning with a guy who is interested in me helping with kind of like the computer software of like the broadcasting side of for the Panthers in Charlotte.
Wow, awesome.
So mind you, I've never done anything like that. But he was saying the same thing. It's just like, with me being so open up and upfront about just me like getting my foot in the door somewhere and, learning about different things. And then I'll kind of figure out what path exactly I want to take after maybe I try a few different things. But my age helps with that too, because I grew up using technology and computers. And he was like, if you're halfway decent with computers, like it's really not going to be that big of a deal. So that kind of helps too, like just using my age and my skills that, you kind of just like overlook sometimes, with that being able to help me get into some like, in this, I would just be working game days, I believe. So that's just another like part-time little thing that I do that I can always just, use in something else later down the road.
Excellent. No, I mean, obviously you want to open up the horizons to everything, no question. Now, did you ever think about, and I know there's a lot going on in that brain of yours, but did you ever think about possibly doing something on the air, like maybe just giving out, just to get the experience of what it's like on the air, like during a game or something? Maybe you could do scores, or you could being the fact that you like it, or do a little segment somewhere where you just explain everything that you're doing, or do you see yourself doing something like that, or going on let's say a program and we'll go, well, let's go to so and you start giving the scores. Did you ever think about doing something like that? Because I think you have a lot of qualities in there.
Yeah, I have actually. And even when I was like little and stuff, I would see the, report, like the sports reporters or the people who have their talk shows or anything like that. And I always thought it was like super cool and everything like that. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely have thought about it for sure.
Yeah, it's something you definitely, because I mean, you probably will go into something that'll probably be your niche, and you don't even know it yet, because
Exactly.
you're so young and energetic and inspiring that one thing about me and our show here is I am a big believer in having so many different women doing so many different things in sports. And I'm a big believer that I want them in frontline announcing. I want them doing, just like, people I'm sure you've heard of, like Meredith Morakowitz of the New York Yankees, just people like that. It's very inspiring. They do an incredible job and what they do to cover the Yankees. Years ago it was like, oh, I don't want this, I don't want that. But why? You have to open up the horizons. And what I think is great, like the baseball A's, the Sacramento A's, their lead announcer is a woman. And I think that's fantastic. The Yankees have Susan Waldman on their radio for many, many years. And I think that, we need more of that. We need more women umpires. We need, and I truly believe, to be totally honest with you, that a woman general manager or an assistant general manager would be there's a woman by the name of Kim Ang, and she worked for the Yankees. She worked for the Marlins. These are the people, and not only you can learn from them, but they can run different. They can go overseas. They can do so many things, and it is about time that it is opened. And I, for one, am all for it. And anything that my show or whatever we can do to help, we're here for you. We're here for a lot of different reasons. Not only do we do baseball, but we do entertainment. We have so many outlets, and I'm a big believer in what you're doing. And now, do you have a platform where people could actually see some of the work you've done, or some of the or is that with Nation's Best? How would people, if they wanted to either say hello to you or see your work, can they do that?
Yeah. So my Instagram or LinkedIn would probably be the best place, because that's where, when things get posted that I've made or I'm involved in, if they're not on my page, I get tagged in them, so they could just, and my profile is public, so anyone can go look at it or whatever. But yeah, that's what I would say. And then I'm pretty good at checking my phone and all of that stuff. So like, if someone were to message me with like questions or like advice or anything like that, I would be totally open to people sending me those too.
Are you comfortable in an interview? And I hope I'm making you as comfortable as possible.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable doing an interview like this? That maybe now I believe it's time. You are definitely ready to take that next step. You could see that, and the passion is there, the work ethic, and then what I've heard from your colleague Nitin. You're super amazing, and now I can understand why, and everybody else. So that I want to get out of the way, and I want you to be always comfortable with us, because we're here. First of all, anything that Nitin is involved with or whatever is top notch.
Yeah.
And meeting Nitin it'll be a year and like a couple of months. So, but it was probably one of the best days that I've had in a very long time, in that phone conversation. So you guys and you guys are in for a very, very good run. And no, I'm not getting paid to say all of this. This is definitely something, and I could see where this is going with Nation's Best, because with people like the both of you, oh my God! And I will do anything I can to help you, Nitin, or anybody out. And you are always welcome on this show. Always.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Anything. And now we do have some questions for you.
Yeah, sure.
So we have Wendy ask, what makes you excited about playing golf?
Okay, well, that is a good question, because like I said earlier, there was one point, like right before I started playing, that I was like, I don't know if I really would enjoy it. But now that I have played it for a while, I'm a very, very big people person. I want to be around people. I want to talk to people. I want to meet people. And golf, whether you believe it or not, is one of the best sports for that. It's one of the biggest networking sports. And even some of the connections that I have made from playing golf. And it's as fun as you make it. It can be really aggravating, because it's such a, what's the word? You have to be very attentive to it. If you want to be really good, it is one of those things that you have to put a lot of time and effort into. But if you don't, and you just want to go play with your friends and be able to meet people when you do go play, or maybe use it to make connections for a new job or things like that, it's absolutely awesome for that, for sure.
Wow. Okay. We have another question from Teresa, and I typed it fast because she's in our Joe Yankees 28 Gmail account. So she can't make it to be on, but they always watch. And she asks, Thank you for coming. And who is your favorite athlete and why?
So my favorite athlete, I would say, is probably John Daly. And I say that because I think he is very, very genuine. Any interview or any clip you see of him, it's not trained, it's not practiced, it's him. Like, you get the real him every single time that he's in front of a camera or whatever, and I like that. I think that he is one of those people where he is who he is, and you either like it or you don't. And I am a strong believer in that mentality as well, because I don't think just because you are a big athlete or one of those things that you need to change, like, who you are and how you talk and what you do. And I think he exemplifies that to a T.
Awesome. Okay. And now, what about like a baseball? Do you follow baseball? Do you follow anything in that realm?
I was a big fan of, I forget his first name, but his last name's Lindor.
What was that?
Lindor.
Francesco Lindor of the New York Mets.
Yes, I was a big fan of his for a while. One of my friends kind of introduced me to him when we were probably in high school, maybe even middle school, and ever since then he's probably been one of my favorites. I just think he I just like his bubbly, happy personality from what I can tell. So. Okay.
The fans here want to know, do you kind of at least cheer a little bit for the New York Yankees?
I mean, I guess I'm really not super big into baseball. I love watching everything. So I don't really have a favorite baseball team. I've never really had a home team or anything like that. So it's kind of just, if it's a good game, I want to be watching it.
Awesome. Well, apparently they love your golf game, because Katie is a big supporter of our show.
Yeah.
And, her question again is, what do you enjoy most about playing golf in IHL?
So as far as golf relates to NIL, I think it's a really great opportunity, because you don't hear about a ton of golfers, especially collegiate golfers, having NIL deals, because golf is kind of a little less talked about unless it's the majors and you're talking about Scotty Scheffler or Roy McIlroy or those people. So there's a lot of room for NIL in golf, or even girls in golf. You don't have to be in college. You don't have to be that good. But let's say you had a little bit of a following on Instagram or something. I mean, there's a lot of room for women in golf, and a lot of people, it's like the up and coming thing, and people think it's interesting because a lot of women typically don't play golf. I mean, when you think of golf, you don't think of women. It's just how it is right now. So a lot of brands are really looking to partner with women who are into golf. So I think that is awesome too, as far as NIL goes, and brand deals and all that topic. It's really up and coming. So if anyone's interested in talking about that, or getting advice in that or anything, yeah, shoot me a message on Instagram.
This one's going to blow your mind. This is a great question. Ava, again, is a big supporter. Again, she only listens from work or watches from work. Yeah. And she, wow, this is a nice question. She says, thank you for joining the show. And she goes, I got to tell you, if you haven't watched The Young and the Restless, you need to go on the show and see a character by the name of Sharon Newman, because you look a lot like her.
Okay, I totally will. I'm gonna write it down.
And looking now, you got to look at her a little bit. She's around, I would I guess 50, 52 years old now.
Okay.
But she's talking about the younger look. I mean, she looks fabulous now. I checked it out, but she's saying a younger look. So they say there's always twins. So she said, God bless you. because you look like Sharon Newman.
It was called The Young and Restless.
The Young and the Restless. It's been on for, oh my God, since 1973. It's on network television, CBS, every day, Monday through Friday. At, I believe, Eastern time, it's 12:30. I'm not sure about the other times. But if you go in there, I mean, I kind of see the resemblance. I really do, actually. And that's a big compliment because she's a very beautiful woman.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
So check that out and let us know.
I will. I wrote it down in my notes, and I wrote down the name of the show and the name of the character, so I'll be able to check it out.
Yeah, and I think you definitely will enjoy that. So now, what are your ultimate goal? What is your ultimate goal? This is coming from Bob Rizzo. Again, thank you for coming on. And what is your ultimate goal? Where do you want to go from here?
So I think my ultimate goal is, obviously, I want to work in sports and do something. My ultimate goal is to be working in sports, but also in a big enough role to where I feel like I'm making an impact for, other women that maybe want to work in sports, or, people who kind of struggled maybe like after college or during college of understanding what they really want to do. And that was me for a little while, but I just kept coming back to sports because every time someone talked about sports, like I would get enthusiastic and passionate about it. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be happy unless I'm working in sports. So that's just what I've narrowed it down to. So I want to I want to work in sports and make an impact on people who maybe have been in the same situation as me before. Other women that do want to work in sports, but maybe they're kind of struggling to take the jump to like get past the stereotypes of like, oh, maybe women don't need a big role in sports, or, whatever the case may be that other people have put into their head. But yeah, that's my ultimate goal, is to work in sports and have a big enough title to where I feel like other people know me and like what I'm doing and that type of thing.
If you now Kevin asks, if you had to give advice to people, he says he has a sister who's 15 years old and she's looking forward to doing something in sports, but she's afraid to approach people. What would you say about somebody like that? She's being very shy about it. What advice would you give a young girl like that, being the fact that, you're young yourself, so you've been through it? What would you say that would help her out a little bit in this day and age?
Yeah. So one big piece of advice that I think maybe she could start doing right away is, so many things are technology based now. So sometimes you don't have to go up in person and start a conversation with someone, because that adds a whole nother level of, nervousness and fear of rejection and all that. If she were to start making a LinkedIn profile right now and just like messaging people, like let's say she finds someone and their title works for whatever in sports, she could just connect with them and then send them a brief little message like, hey, my name is so-and-so and I am really interested in working in sports. I wondered if you have any advice for me, or, I'll be looking for internships soon, or anything like that. That way she kind of breaks the barrier of having to go up and talk to people in person, and she can start off that way. And once she sees people like actually respond and they want to help you, for the most part. I mean, I don't think I've ever met anyone who has ever really been rude to me about wanting to work in sports or anything like that, which you kind of think they might, but I personally haven't had any of those issues. And I even have one of my friends from college, she works for a minor league baseball team in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh,
and she had an awesome experience. And so, yeah, I mean, it's very easy to think that way. But once she gets a little bit under her wing of like messaging people at least, then I think that'll open her up a little bit to where maybe she'll be able to start having those in-person conversations, even if it just starts off as like a hey, how are you conversation. And then maybe she mentions in couple more sentences of like, hey, I am interested in working in sports. What advice do you have for me? And yeah, that's kind of how I went about it for a while.
Well, Kevin says thank you so much. As soon as she comes home from school, she's going to watch this.
Okay.
He says again, thank you, and good luck in anything you do, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.
We have Jason. Jason is also part of our show. He just started with us. He's going to be doing New York Mets segments on the show.
Oh, awesome.
And he asks you, since you watch a lot of professional golf, what is your favorite golf tournament to watch on TV?
The Phoenix Open, for sure.
Wow. Why that?
Because I think it is fun for everyone to watch because it's not so like golf clap, quiet, hush, hush. I like the way that it's very, because, a lot of sports, people get rowdy and that's honestly, the fun part of sports. And most people's opinion is, the fans and the energeticness of it. And golf isn't so much like that all the time, but the Phoenix Open, it is like that. You can get rowdy in the stands. It's so much fun to watch. And that's on my bucket list. I want to go to the Phoenix Open one year.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. No, you listen, I'm telling you right now, you're acing everything here. This is amazing. So I want to play a little game with you. Okay. All right. I'm really you're gonna dissect everything that goes on in sports and in radio, TV, podcast, and all of that. So let's start. Your favorite food?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Okay. Your favorite TV movie?
Suits.
Wow. Okay. If you were in a ditch all by yourself and you needed help, who would be the two people that you would love to help and have for dinner?
If they were in a ditch or I was in a ditch?
If you were in there, you're calling for help, who would be the two people? And it could be anybody.
Okay. My dad and probably my sister.
Perfect. Oh man, I love the questions here. What would be your dream vacation?
Turks and Caicos.
Really? Wow, you didn't hesitate. Have you ever taken a cruise?
No, but I am in May, and I'm so excited.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Would you? Where do you? Because I haven't gone on a cruise, and believe it or not, my first one that's coming up right after the Yankees win the World Series, we hope, is going to be the cruise of Hallmark.
Okay.
The Hallmark Christmas.
I'm going on Carnival, I think, but hey, a cruise is a cruise.
Yeah, I'm in awe. I watch all the Christmas movies. I absolutely love them, and I am dying to go on this cruise. I've seen great videos and all of that, and everybody tells me, Joe, it's an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah,
so,
it sounds awesome.
So this will be. Are you going with your friends, your family?
Yeah, I'm going with my friends.
Awesome. Now you're completely done with school, Bri, or are you still?
Technically, yeah. I have my bachelor's degrees. I got those in May, and then I've went back and forth about getting my master's and things like that. But at the end of the day, like I didn't want to just jump straight into getting my master's if I didn't know exactly, what route I was going to take it. Because a lot of things in sports don't necessarily require you to have a master's.
Right.
So I wasn't going to do it if I necessarily didn't have to. But let's say like later on down the road, I find something and, it's preferred that you have your master's or something like that. I wouldn't be opposed to like taking, get my master's online or something like that. If I don't have to, I don't want to.
Wow. Yeah. So listen, the passion is there. And I just wish a lot more people would listen to your journey. Because it's really, really important. And, people get down because they don't know what they want to do. And it's refreshing to bring somebody up like yourself that has the passion, knows what they want, knows where they want to go. And that, and that's amazing. And listen, if you can help one person in this show for that, like Kevin's sister, I mean, you did an amazing. You should be very proud, and you have to be very proud of what you're doing. And I only know you for a few minutes, and I am completely in awe, and I'm a big fan of yours. So
Thank you.
without a doubt, we want to continue seeing your journey. Also, I do have a little surprise for you, but before we do that, I wanted to ask you at the end of the interview, if you don't mind, because you are so inspiring. We would like I do a thing where we do a little fast promo that you've been on the show and who you are, from where, and we get to hear you every day because I always play it in different shows. So, that smile. Would you stop smiling like that? It's killing me. Oh my God, I'm your uncle here. You're great. So I appreciate if you can do, and we'll do that right at the end. But I want to bring up the surprise for you. Okay. And I think he or she is ready. Let's bring it up. Oh, there he is.
BRIAH, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So this is my work colleague, BRIAH FRISBEE from Nation's Best, and glad that I can help you out here with her first ever interview. And BRIAH killed it. Great job,
I'm
BRIAH.
honored. I'm absolutely honored.
Thank
you. First of all, thank you for joining Joe's show, and my team and I, all the guests that's been on this show has been through us. So you're added to that list, BRIAH, and like I said, you killed it. You're aces, and you're amazing. And I told Bob actually you're on today, and he said he's excited and he's happy that I was able to bring you on for your first bring you on here for your first ever interview. So Bob is excited. So
yeah.
Now let me ask the both of you a question. So first of all, how did you meet? When did you meet? And how do you guys cooperate on things that you need to do for the company?
Well, first of all, we haven't met in person yet, so that's the goal. I need to meet her in person, but we met obviously virtually. And first time when Bob brought me on as a vice president and partner, I think Bob told her about me, and then Bob told everyone who was part of it about me and how I work and how I go about the business. And Bob told them that they just landed a real deal vice president and partner, and I'm already working hard on things with Bob. And you guys, everybody in the chat, stay tuned. We're working on some big things, and BRIAH knows already. So we're going to be a force of nature. We're already a force of nature, but we're going to be up in there. We're trying to be the best NIL company out there right now. And I think when I met BRIAH the first on Instagram, I connected with her on Instagram, and then when Bob, she did a video. She did one of the videos on our Nation's Best ecosystem, I think, or one of the players we have already on the database, and Bob told me to share it, so we shared it on all social media formats, and BRIAH saw it, and that's how I guess she connected with me, and her video is amazing. Go, like I said, when BRIAH said gave all the handles to you guys, so go check it out. She does amazing videos, and once I shared it, that's when we got connected together. And ever since, obviously, she's been great. And like I said, I think she's going to add she's really talented. So she's going to add a different dimension to the company. And I think Bob found the right person to do that when it comes to videos, content creating, and other things. And I'm all in for women in sports. And BRIAH, you're going to like this. My team and I, with my other company, we work with the LPGA, the women's golf tournament. So I want to get you involved with that, the LPGA, big time. And since you like golf, and Orlando, Florida is the headquarters for LPGA. So, but I want to get you involved. I'll get you connected with some people that I know from the LPGA, and we're big in. We do a lot of their. We work with their tournaments, and it's amazing talent in the women's golf game. People don't realize how much talent we have in the women's golf side of it. I know that everybody watches the men's. Obviously, Scottie Scheffler is a popular golfer right now, but if you look at the women's side, you got really good talent. So,
yeah,
I'll definitely put you in touch, BRIAH, with that, and we do a lot of work with that. So, I'm just happy to be BRIAH's work colleague, and I think we're going to do big things together. And like I said, Nation's Best is on the map, and I don't want to go any further because a lot of special things are coming. And I mean, I already said we have. We're trying. So I'm already recruiting more players to come join us, and we have 80,000. I think Bob said we have 80,000 current players in our database, and trying to bring more players from New Jersey area. Currently recruiting a player right now, and all right. This is what I'm going to say. I'm not going to go any further, but we're trying to. So Snoop Dogg is trying to do it. He coaches football, youth football in Englewood, California. We're trying to work with his athletes also eventually. So that's all I'm going to say. So stay tuned for that. But hopefully that happens. But I want to give a big shout out to Bob, our CEO. Man, he is. I don't know how he does it, but he's everywhere. And he started this company, and then he obviously he knows one of my mentors, Lee Steinberg. He was a big time agent in the sports industry, and Lee actually put in a good word for me to Bob. And I met Bob in person for a couple times, and for Bob to believe in me to be the vice president and partner right away for this company is truly an honor. And I know a lot about NIL, so I was a perfect fit. And I said, okay, let's do it. And I'm glad to be the vice president partner of this company. I think we're going places, and I don't. For me, you're dealing with the real deal here. So, but like I said, I think we're on to something. And big shout out to Bob.
Well,
and BRIAH can speak to the same thing. So
yeah.
I'll tell you, if it's any inclination with the two of you, this company is just going to go to the top. I mean, with the both of you, what you do and what you bring to the table, it's incredible. And one thing I could tell you is lean on this man if you need to, and never be afraid to ask him any question, because he will lead you to the promised land. I promise you that. Mm-hmm. And anything that if you need to talk or anything like that, we're here for you. I promise you that we will always be here. We believe in the concept that you guys are doing. And I, for one, am going to sit back and just enjoy what you guys are doing. And I give you nothing but praise and love. And you guys deserve to be at the top.
I want to say something else, and BRIAH, you can speak to this too if you want. The one thing I like about NIL is obviously we can. It's not only for college athletes, high school athletes, but it's also for the youth. We have seventh grader. We have a seventh grader or a couple of young kids part of our database, which is amazing, that Bob introduced me to. And I'm like them. Everybody, you guys know I'm an agent too now. I'm a talent agent where we rep pro athletes, also college athletes, high school athletes, we rep entertainment people like actors, actresses, singers. And I'm like, so Bob gave me the keys to obviously become vice president partner, but also be like the main guy for these athletes that we already have in the database. And Bob has introduced me to a few great athletes. We have like CJ Anthony, but I'm talking about these young kids. It's amazing to see that we're already working with these young kids that are trying to achieve their goals. We have this young football player, like his name is Brody. He's a young kid, but he's talented. I love to see these kids play outside, play sports instead of playing video games the whole day. And this whole generation has changed, which is remarkable. And I love working with young kids. I think that's why our company is unique from any other NIL companies, man. It's like, it's amazing. And BRIAH, you can speak to this if you want, if you have any things to say too. So.
Yeah. Something that interests me about sports is sometimes it feels like it goes in waves from generation to generation. Like one generation will be absolutely lights out, and you go to a high school game and you feel like you're kind of watching. Like when I was in like middle school, we would go to our high school games and it was like we were watching college. I mean, they were dunking, the talent was awesome. And then now, kind of after COVID, it's like you don't really feel that feeling anymore. And it kind of like raises questions in my head of like, will it ever go back up? And then the NIL goes into place too. So everybody's kind of competing to, secure an NIL deal, or they see someone else secure an NIL deal and it kind of motivates them to, maybe practice a little harder or all of that stuff. So I feel like it could be very good to, for sports in general, just to kind of raise motivation and competition and all of that. So I'm interested to see what it does for that aspect too.
Yeah,
That's great. That is totally awesome. And again, everybody here is rah-rahing you guys, and we want to see where this grows. So we're February of 2026. Where are you guys going to be February of 2027? And that is something I'm looking forward to seeing.
well,
Because
by that year, we're the number one NIL company by then. That's the goal. And
I don't see why. I mean, if the talent above you right now to my right is any indication of what you're going to have, I don't see why you wouldn't be number one in a year from now, and maybe even sooner. So that's awesome. But
I mean, obviously, it's all about working together in the same system, but it's trying to elevate your own brand too. So I'm helping out Bob elevate his brand, and I already have a lot of requests coming on our side about meeting Bob on virtual Zoom, BRIAH, and trying to add. I got a lot of requests from other people that they have athletes that want to join our company. That's how remarkable it is. And I'm connected with a lot of NFL athletes, and when I was in San Francisco, I got to reconnect with some of the players that I know already. And one of the players, Jordan Porter, me and him, he played for the Bills this year. He played for the Dolphins, Bills. He's a free agent now, but Jordan Porter, we chopped up again for like 10, 15 minutes, and I told him about our Nation's Best company. He wants to help us out potentially on the mental health side of the aspect of it. So So hopefully that happens. But it's just it just shows how we are well run in this business when it comes to NIL, and where all of us are well prepared. So that's why I've been getting a lot of requests, and Bob says, "Wow, this is amazing." And they want to meet with Bob on virtually too, which is cool.
Yeah.
BRIAH, I do have one question. I would like. I know we're almost done with the question, but Teresa asked this. She wants to know, when you're watching and she's a big golf lover. When you're watching golf, does the mind circle around you something that would interest you doing on the broadcast or anything like what goes through your mind when you're watching golf? Just enjoying the game or enjoying what you could be a piece of? Can you do stats with them? What goes through your mind when you're watching golf?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she's right. I don't just watch it. Like, I kind of, picture different routes I could go if I wanted to work in golf at some point or got my foot in the door somewhere. And with me liking people so much, I think that I would flourish at like events, because they're there for, they have to do the practice rounds, they have to qualify, they have to make the first round, second round. They have events. They're there for weeks at a time. So, they have all these events while they're there, and I could totally see myself flourishing at like either planning the events or helping run the events, or even getting like content from the events, like media coverage for the events or things like that. I could totally see myself doing something like that, and just being like at, whatever tournament is playing, just again, honestly, just getting my hands on whatever. And fortunately, I'm somewhat like, I know golf knowledge from playing, so I already have that, which would help a lot as well. But yeah, I could see when I watch it, sometimes I picture like what I could do with it for sure.
Now, I want to add to that. So of course, we know you love golf. Do you feel the same way when you're watching let's say a Super Bowl or you're watching a World Series game, do you see the flows going, your mind going a mile a minute, also with the other sports? How does that interact in your
Yeah,
mind?
for sure. And I think it all just ties into me not really being closed-minded to one like dream opportunity, because I think that there's so much more than you even think about that goes into the behind the scenes of sports and the logistics of sports. And I mean, even just broadcasting the game on TV or whatever. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. I mean, there's people that make sure the score is right on the screen. I mean, it's just so much more that goes into it. So I think it wouldn't be beneficial of me to just narrow it down to one sport and like one specific thing.
That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Yeah. So and so yeah, I mean, I love football. If I could go to every like Panthers game, which is where I live, I would. I 1,000% would go. If I could go to every Hornets game, I 1,000% would go. Anything. Like I truly, and I like that me as a girl, like as a woman, I understand nobody, if I like were to go with a guy or something, he doesn't have to explain what's going on in the game.
Mhm.
Like I know what's happening.
You know, I
like being the girl that knows that.
Yeah. And speaking of, I actually, I think Bree, I think we obviously we do a lot of events with athletes too, and we do a lot of charity events, and we would love for you to come in when I meet you in person. We love to have you involved with our events. And I just sent you a golf page that says Golf for Her. They do a lot of stuff with the LPGA too.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I'm sending you the LPGA page also, and I want to put you in touch with that so you can do some stuff with women's golf. And also I know some people from the Panthers and obviously Hornets too. So and I hope that call went well for you this morning.
Yeah, we'll see what all it entails. But I told him, I was like, anything that I can do, I mean, to get my foot in the door. And
I just came up with a brainstorm for you. You like doing creative stuff, right? You want to be part of creative. I think an opportunity for you right now, if you get in touch, you may laugh, but it's the industry is fantastic. You would be unbelievable in the creative team of the WWE. You would, and Triple H would be somebody I think you would work really well with.
Yeah.
And I think it would be unbelievable for you to send something to them. And if you want to be creative, they have unbelievable creative minds, because there's a story to tell every day. Right. Whether you like wrestling or not, it doesn't matter. But if you want to be creative and with the women, the WWE superstars, you can be on that end.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Bree, that is something I strongly, and if we can be of any help, I'm telling you that would be something you would enjoy. And who knows where that will lead? That could lead to backstage commentary. That could lead to, again, the creating team of the WWE. They're always looking for somebody. I do know that they do put these people on, and I think it's something that you should consider. It would be nice to consider. I know you say, I don't want to deal with these 300-pound behemoths, but it has nothing to do with that. If you have a young creative mind, they will never turn away. And I think it's something that you must consider.
And Joe, I think she can relate to the young WWE wrestlers, the women's side also, like Nikki and Brie, or those other wrestlers. So yeah, I think
everybody.
That's a good idea for Brie too.
Yeah, and not only that, there's also the creative team of NXT.
Yeah. So
you have two outlets that you could speak to, and there's Stephanie McMahon. There's so many people. I think you would flourish right away, and a creative mind that's as young, as energetic as you would be tops there with TKO. So, I mean, it's just something that I get these things right away in my head, I wake up 4 o'clock in the morning and I let Nitha know I want this now, you know. But I could see that in you, and you know, if you have a little chance, I would definitely. I'm telling you, and if you become a WWE superstar, you remember Joe. That's all. But no.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Titan Sports in Stamford, Connecticut. Well, they used to be Titan Sports, but now they go under the name WWE Sports or whatever. But you would get it. And Triple H is really, really the guy that I think you would work really well with in the creative team. So just something to consider. And I don't want to keep taking a lot of your time, but we would love for you to do the promo for us. We'd really appreciate it. So we'll drop down. You count down 3, 2, 1, and then just say, you know, your name, what you do, and you're watching NY Mania. Actually, you could do NY Mania would be great.
NY Mania. Okay. My name, what I do, and NY Mania.
Right. Okay. That would be great. And then we're gonna spice it, and we'll play it all the time, and you'll always have a reminder of the show.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We're going to bring down. You do your countdown, then we'll come right back to you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for this.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm BRIAH FRISBEE. I work with the nation's best NIL Dream Team, and I was on YankeeMania today on February 19th. It was awesome.
Yes.
Very, very nice. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And you got to come back and talk to us about the journey and after a big golf tournament or whatever. And, you know, really, this has been a whirlwind. Everybody really liked you. And we'd love to see you come back anytime you want. We wish you nothing but love and speed and everything. And you stay very, very healthy and keep that beautiful smile.
Thank you.
And also go look at Sharon Newman.
Yeah,
I think about it.
I have it here right now for her. Ready? Come on, I'll show her.
Yeah, but you probably have an older version. You got to get a younger version. I mean, she's still.
Hold on. I looked on Google. I think, I can see the resemblance. Just have to find the right one. Hold on.
Especially the way she's standing right now, I could see Sharon right here. It's crazy. She's been on the show, I think, 28 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but when she has her hair back like you, forget it. Yeah, no, they're right. They're right. There you go.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh my God! Wow, we have a young and restless superstar on. Wow. Yep, that's Sharon.
Yeah.
Yep. And wow. Well, now you see it. So now that's it. Your face is going everywhere. So good. No, good for you. Nitin, you have some final words for?
First of all, I'm glad that I can help out Bree with this to come on this show in our first ever interview. And like I said, she's bright, she's amazing, and I'm glad I'm working with her. And I think she's, like I said, she's gonna bring a different dimension for us. And I'm willing. I'm gonna help her out wherever she wants to go. I'm gonna take her too. So, like for the golf, like I said, I want to get her involved with women's golf. And obviously, if I can be any help with the Panthers or Hornets, I know I can reach out to my contacts, and whatever is there for her, we're willing to help. And BRIAH, I'm willing to be your agent also if you need an agent.
Thank you.
And I'm your uncle.
Yeah. But yeah, we will have to be your agent too. But BRIAH, man, she's, like I said, grateful to be working with her, and I think nation's best. Like I said, our goal is to be a great company, in which we are, and obviously continue to grow. So Man, I can't believe this was when she told me this was her first interview. I mean, she killed it. So great job. So
Well, thank
Yes.
you.
yeah,
And I want the information so I could follow her and always say hello to
yes,
her.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do it.
here, I should be able to send my Instagram handle.
Yeah. You can put it in the chat. Yeah.
And then my LinkedIn is literally just my first and last name.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
nothing
Thank
special.
Okay. So that's her. That's your thing. Yep.
Yeah, that's my Instagram in the chat.
Okay. It didn't come up to me yet, but yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, if you can, and also Joe, you already follow our nation's best thing?
You what?
Our nation's best page also.
Yes.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Oh, okay. So I see.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you. I really, I can't thank you enough for coming on. And, you're very special and you're going to go a long way in this industry and definitely come up anytime you feel you have something, you want to talk about. It'll always be a pleasure. You'll always be family here. Absolutely. So thank you so much, really. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Your parents did an incredible job raising a young, beautiful, talented woman.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank you for having me. It was really fun.
Anytime. Nitin, I want to thank you for setting this up.
Yeah, no problem. I mean,
When we have
like
class
I said-
on the show,
like I
that it's just amazing. It's amazing. So
we have endless possibilities for you guys in the chat. You guys did a great job with the questions, asking her a great question. And like I said, Bria is a real deal. That's all I have to say. She's
so
a real
should I
deal.
call her Bria or should I call her Sharon?
Sharon Newman 2.0. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So, but again, good luck to you. Thank you, and enjoy the ride. And Uncle Joe is here for you.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. Have a great day.
Thank you. You guys too.
Thank
Take
you, Bria.
Wow, that was awesome.
Great job, Joe. You did
Thank
amazing. And shout out to the chat.
Yeah, the chat was incredible. Thank you so much, everyone. It was more that they were listening and they really didn't. I mean, you guys had the questions, and I know you're out there because I see the numbers. And I thank you guys very, very much. So now in the next 15 minutes, we're going to switch gears to baseball.
Yeah.
JUAN RICON, the ex-pitcher for the Minnesota Twins, and we're going to talk about his journey and everything going on. So, wow, awesome. That was awesome. And that was nice of her to give us a promo. See, we do everything live right in front of you guys. Don't hide anything. Whenever you'll see it when we see it in real time. Have absolutely no problem with that. Katie, I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to. I know you said hi, and of course I sent you a hug. Sorry I didn't answer you. Just trying to make good conversations with our guest and making her feel comfortable, being the fact that it was our first her first real interview. I want Nitin to tell everybody about the great news and the great guest that we're going to have not only tomorrow, but on Monday. I am super excited. These were 3 interviews in a row that I was super, super excited for. Nitin, talk about Jess for tomorrow and then the big one another big one on Monday, please.
So, guys, like I said, my team and I have endless possibilities for you guys. Tomorrow, my team and I also booked our client and our good friend Jess Blaylock for this show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. She used to work for Miami Marlins, and now she's the current Florida Panthers host. And both of them are firecrackers, so it's gonna be a fun one.
The Lavazza coffee, baby! I can't wait.
They both love coffee, but yeah, I'm glad that my team and I could help. So my team and I booked her for tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Jess Blaylock, our good friend and client. And then Monday, my team and I booked American Idol contestant.
Golden ticket.
Yeah, golden ticket, and also Seeger Cop in New Jersey, Julia Sienna. My team and I booked her for this show on Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. and most likely she'll be live from Hollywood because the same day they're doing the Hollywood round at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, guys, please tune in. This is gonna be a good one. Special treat for you guys from us. Get your questions ready for her. She's excited for the interview, and stay tuned.
I'm just I'm in awe. I'm like a kid with candy. I swear to God, in a candy store, going, "Mom, I want my candy." I mean, this is amazing, and what the dream that's coming true is that we're getting a lot of women athletes or women entertainers, and it's just a dream because everybody has to know how important they really are.
Like I said, my team and I have endless possibilities. Stay tuned, bro.
And I'll tell you, Nathan, between us and the Lampold and everybody in the chat, I think she would be amazing in the WWE creative team. I really do. I think she can lend a big hand for what people want today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. And what better way? I mean, even if she started in NXT, that would be great. That would be amazing. So, but again, we're gonna stick very closely with watching her journey and your journey for what's ahead for everybody here. Everybody has excitement here. Jabber and the Mouth Show, our show, Nitin, Bree. It's just endless. It just keeps going and going and going. And Ken from the Yankees, The Ugly Truth, all of us and everybody that's associated with our entertainment show and our baseball shows and everything. We're cooking with gas right now, everybody, and it's just going to keep going and going, like from one end of the world to the other end, and we're going to do everything possible to keep
zero to 100 real quick.
You got that right. You definitely have that right. So everybody in the chat is super excited about the Yankees starting, Nathan. How about you? How are you feeling about it? And are you looking forward to our first day on Saturday with the play-by-play with Ken? Yogi!
So
Yogi.
Tomorrow is the Yankees' first spring training game. Tomorrow actually starts tomorrow. You're going to see Elmer Fudd pitch tomorrow.
Elmer Fudd.
But I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to these games because you guys are gonna get to see the star players, obviously, but you're gonna get to see the young guys too. So it's a big spring training for these young kids to show what they can do. And what a way to start the spring to see two of the young pitchers in the Yankee system, top young pitchers, Elmer Fudd tomorrow, and then you're gonna see Carlos Grande on Saturday. And you can see the play-by-play live on NY YankeeMania and also Ken from the Ugly Truth. So Saturday should be fun. And I'm excited, man. I'm pumped up, guys. And I think this Yankee team could be something special if everything goes right. But I hope there's more moves to be made here. But as of right now, I like where the team is, and I like what the young players are doing so far at the camp. So,
Yep. And a side note, everyone, coming up shortly.
My team and I also booked our good friend and client Juan Ricon at 11:45 coming up soon. By the way, his last name is spelled RINCON.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Try to do it fast to get it up to make sure everybody sees it. Sorry about that. That's a forte of mine, so it's pretty good. Don't worry about it. But
RINCON. Yep.
Got it. If I could fix it here, it won't. Oh, I see. Okay, I can't do that on here. I have to do it on the other thing. It won't let me. It won't let me fix it because it was in the chat.
Okay.
But I hear you. I mean, we got it on the RICON.
RIN, yeah.
Yeah. Got it. So we're looking forward to Juan to come up and talk about his journey. But what do you guys think of the interview with Bree, guys? What do you think? I there's a lot of there's a lot of talent there. You could see that there's a lot of talent, and
you did a great job. You guys did a fantastic job with Bree.
Thank you. Yeah, no, they did, and great questions, Teresa and Bob, Ava. Thank you so much, and Katie. Thank you. So Wendy, thank you all for the questions and making her feel welcomed and pretty good here. So it's just a great time. Nitin, talk about your what's in store for the NBA show tomorrow night at 8 p.m.
Yeah, so tomorrow tomorrow is our NBA preview show tomorrow night. My team and I are still working on trying to see if one of our NBA clients will be joining tomorrow on the show. So stay tuned for that. So
yeah, and now we also have hockey coming back. What a disappointing season for the New York Rangers. So many things went wrong. I mean, they have a great coach, but so many things went wrong. It was a year to forget. You know, you say there's a year to remember, but this year there's a year to forget, and it's a total shame. This team was headed to greatness, and it just fell apart by the goalie going down and the young players not really playing to their potential. So it was a wipeout, but I am very interested to see.
BRIAH said, "Thank you for having me. It was so much fun."
Oh, thanks. Same here, 100%. Charles says, please like and subscribe to the channel. And again, kudos to Charles yesterday for a wonderful job on the Yankee History Show. I know. Nitin had a lot going on at the time, but Nitin, from what you saw from the show, what did you get out from the history show? What did you like about it?
It was a great show, and you guys did a great. Sean and Charles did a great job of it too. So it was awesome.
Reason I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, it was awesome though. It was a great show from Charles and Sean.
Well, you know what, guys? We're going to take a little break and do some intros because I need to get my voice back.
Yeah, they did a great job though. Charles, shout out to Charles and Sean for doing a great job yesterday.
Yes, 100%.
Guys,
we're going to give you some promos and stuff like that right now. I'm going to try to get my voice back, ready for JUAN RICON. So hang in there, everyone, and enjoy some promos.
Hello everyone, my name is Eugenia Kuzmina. I am an actor, comedian, fashion model, and a writer, and I'm really excited to be here today on YankeeMania with Joel, and I can't pronounce your last name, but you have to learn me, and I know it's from Sicilian Mafia.
Sicilian Mafia. YankeeMania.
To meet you, and you are watching YankeeMania.
Katerina.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy and Fumble the Dog, Game Day in the USA, and also the author of Baseball Billy and Bunt the Dog, Game Day with the New York Yankees. And I am so excited to be part of the New York YankeeMania show. Thanks, everyone.
Woo.
Hey, y'all. You're watching YankeeMania, where we get motivated about the sports we talk about. We're passionate sports and real life talk. You're watching YankeeMania. Hit the like and subscribe.
Hello, everybody. This is Bip Roberts, former Major League ball player, and you're watching New York YankeeMania. Enjoy. What a great show.
Enjoy.
Hey, everybody. It's Jason from YankeeMania. Please like, share, subscribe. Only great things to come, and everybody please join the fun because you're not going to want to miss out on this ride.
Yep.
What is up, everybody? It is Evan from YankeeMania. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the show. We have Yankees news, overall baseball news, basketball, entertainment, and everything else. Come along for the ride. It's music to your ears.
Yep. Let's go.
Hi, this is Bernie Kosar, NFL legend, national championship, University of Miami quarterback, Cleveland Browns quarterback, Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, and finished up with the Miami Dolphins. I'm loving it, and you're watching New York Mania. You matter.
I'm Kayla Walsh, and you're watching NY.
Let's go, Kayla.
Mania.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching
Maria.
Yankee Mania.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself and reintroduce myself. My name is Chef Nick. I am here for you. This is NY Yankee Mania, NY Mania for the entertainment purposes. Please smash, like, punch, stomp, jump on the like button, subscribe, share. Please do any domestic violence as you can in a polite way. You guys are the savages in the NY Yankee Mania. I am your chef to your savage to your cabbage. I will shred you like coleslaw. Let's do this. You guys are my rock stars. You guys are my chefs. Love you all. Let's rock on. We got this, baby.
Woo! Let's go,
kiss, baby. Let's do this.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. This is Noah Eagle from NBC Sports, and you're all smart. You're top-tier sports fans because you're watching NY Yankee Media, the best to get the rest.
This is Johnny Slamy from NY Yankee Mania. Like and subscribe.
Woo. This is Nitya Ramachandra from the NR Media. You're listening to NY Yankee Mania. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.
Hi, this is Ken from Yankees The Ugly
Let's
Truth.
go, Ken.
You're on live with Joe at NY Yankee Mania. Enjoy the adventure.
Hey, everybody. It's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania.
The best.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is
Assad. Let's go.
I'm from New York Yankee Mania. This is the home base of New York Yankees, baseball, basketball, and such. We cover everything from baseball to basketball to football to wrestling to everyday situations. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want the latest news, you know where to check out. Come check out New York Yankee Media, and let's go Yankees. Let's go Nets. Let's go Brooklyn. Let's go to the local teams. And once again, please like and subscribe. Welcome to New York Yankee Mania. My name is Assad, and let's have a great time, guys. Thank you. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Assad.
Hey, what's up, guys? There you go, guys.
I hope everybody enjoyed that. I'm trying to get my voice back. I don't know what happened, guys. I guess just overly excited with all the guests and everything that's happening on the show. Wow.
Breaking news.
You got some news?
Nope.
Oh, thought you did. Okay. All right. Well, any minute now we will be getting.
Guys, get your questions. Get your questions ready for JUAN RICON.
Yes, please. He's going to be a great interview. Anytime you have a former player or a player in Major League Baseball, it's always an honor and a pleasure to be interviewing guys. So hang tight, everyone, and have your questions ready. Make it easy on us and the panel. And all I have to do is just put your question to JUAN right up there, and he is a good guest. And talk to him how he felt about playing in Minnesota, or the atmosphere, managers, whatever you like. Just put something up for him, and let's make him feel very warm and welcome to the show. And again, thanks to Nitin and his sports team for arranging this for us here on a Thursday afternoon as we're getting close to the lunch hour. And again, thank you everyone for being with us. We really appreciate it. And Yankees, I'm sure, will be coming out with some different types of promos and news today. So we're excited about that. If the Yankees make a move or make some type of noise, we will come back to you tonight. But I got to be honest with you people. We are working on certain shows.
Yeah.
And our star of the show is coming on real soon. So we're going to bring him on in about a minute. I want everybody to get your questions ready as we take a journey with a very, very good pitcher formerly of a few major league teams, at the Minnesota Twins, And we're going to bring on Juan Rincon right now. And let's say hello to Juan. How you doing, Juan? Welcome to YankeeMania. I'm Joe. How are you?
Joe, how are you? Nice meeting you. Thanks for having me in your show. Hope you're having a good day.
It's always an honor, pleasure, and exciting to have on a former player, and a very, very good pitcher. So, Juan, first of all, I know we're a couple of months into the year, and I just like saying it. Happy New Year to you and your family, and I hope you had great holiday season, and we wish you nothing but the best of health and happiness. And as soon as I said that, we lost him. Is it something I said? Oh no. Okay, well, hopefully he'll it's on the other side, so I'm sure he'll fix it. Right now, he is still trying to, I guess, work things out. So hopefully he will. Oh, it looks like he's coming back.
Sorry.
Here he is. No, don't worry about it. It happens. So anyway.
So, Happy New Year's to you too. Thank you very much. The year's been kind of crazy here with the weather in Florida. So it's been hot. It's been cold. It's supposed to get cold again next week. I mean, cold for Florida. Nothing like New York.
Yeah. Well, we've had our coldness, and we're still right now. We're all praying that there's a potential storm for Sunday that could drop a foot of snow again. So we're really hoping that that's not going to happen. We bite the bullet the past 7-8 years, but this year the weather hasn't been too kind to us right now. But yes. You guys are lucky out there, so God bless you all.
Thanks. Like a buddy of mine told me from Minnesota, Juan, you don't have to worry about shoveling water. So
that's right. That's right.
Guys do this, so
that's one of the times when you really think that you love renting a house, not owning it. Exactly. Yep. So Juan, tell us the journey. When did you actually know that you knew exactly what was happening, and your journey to become a really good pitcher? And what made you feel like, hey, I can do this? Take us through the journey.
So in 1996, right, I got invited. There was a catcher that needed to be seen by a scout, but they needed somebody to throw to him, so they could assess his receiving and all that. So he's like, Juan, why don't you come over here and throw so they can see me receiving? So the guy that came to watch him ended up invited me to the academy, the Twins Academy, in the central part of the country, maybe like a week later or something like that. Okay. So I went there. It was about 35 kids in the academy, but I don't know how it works nowadays. But back then, each team had X amount of working visas that they could sign international players with or under. So the Twins had only one left worldwide, so they could only find one guy to sign that particular year for the 1997 season. So I was a lucky guy, so I came here to spring training in Fort Myers. I went to Fort Myers. The Twins, the guy that signed me was in love with my arm, but the Twins organization, the top, were not too happy about him signing me because I'm only 5'11". Okay, so they were looking for somebody a little taller than me. So they wanted to release me out of spring training, but started throwing a little harder, start hitting mid-90s or something like that, and that was unheard of back in those days. Nice. So they decided to keep me. I went back home. I had a good season here. I went back home. I played in the Winter Ball. I won the Rookie of the Year back home. Oh. So after that, the Twins start to fall in love with my my development. In 2001, they put me in the roster. 2000, at the end of 2000 season, they put me in the 40-man roster. In 2001, I made my debut. And I started splitting back and forth with the minors, so between minors and majors. But it was then when I really thought that I had a real opportunity to make it to the big leagues. You know, in 2001, when I had a really good season in Double A. And then after that, the Twins. I mean, I kind of had a more clear picture of what my future could look like. So that's pretty much how I got here, or how I got there to the big leagues.
Right. Now your first journey with the Twins, how did that feel? And like walking into the clubhouse or walking onto the field, and then looking around and saying, "Hey, man, I made it." How did that make you feel? And what goes through the system? What goes through the bugs in your stomach at that point?
Well, never did. I was never in a big league game, not even in spring training. I think that I lasted a week, so it was very, fairly new to me. I got to Minnesota. The first, I got a call into the manager's office after the game was over on Monday, and I just happened to pitch the day before.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, what do they want? Did I did something wrong? Because they don't really call you into the manager's office too often,
Yeah, for
unless if
nothing.
something special happens. But I wasn't expecting like a call up or anything like that. So I get the news. I go back to the hotel. We were in Reading, Pennsylvania. I go back to the hotel. I had no clothing appropriate to go to the big leagues. I'm in Double A in the middle of a small town at 11 o'clock p.m. And they say your limo is gonna pick you up tomorrow morning at 6 in the morning. So I got to Minnesota around 2 o'clock local time, and I headed straight to the stadium. I got there, brand new. When I walk in there, it was like, wow, I can't believe that I'm here. Is this really happening to me? And I sat down after I said hello to my teammates. They congratulated me. They told me what was going on. Tom Kelly was a manager. So it was a surreal experience. It was I say when I got the news, that one and the childbirth of my kids are probably my top four experience in my life.
Oh, that's awesome. And congratulations on the family, without
Thank
a
you.
doubt. And hopefully everybody's doing well and moving forward. So Godspeed on all of
Thank you.
that. That's awesome. Good. And well, now take us. We have a question here from Bob, and Bob asks, first of all, thank you for coming on the show. It's a play. It's always great to have a talk to and ask a question to a former major league player, pitcher. What was your initial reaction, the first batter, and do you remember the first batter you faced?
So the first time it was against Cleveland. I don't remember if I pitched that Tuesday. I think my debut was on Wednesday. It was against Cleveland, and I remember Bartolo Colon was pitching. That Cleveland team was stopped. I
Yeah, they were
remember
tough.
Omar Vizquel catching a fly ball facing backwards to the outfield to the plate, and calling off the left fielder that had priority over him, but he called him off. He was like, "Well, I'm watching probably the best shortstop that played this game defensively."
Defensive.
Um, but the first batter when I got there, I was shaking. I think that I was scared four times in my life that when I was pitching, and that was definitely one of them. And I thought that my socks and my pants were coming down because I was actually shaking. So my first batter up was Alex Burke that I threw
Oh,
two.
Alex Bird, sure. Okay.
Yeah, two balls to him, and then I threw a fastball right there and hit a fly ball to left field. The next guy was Marty Cordova. He was a 3-2, and I threw him a slider, struck him out looking. And then the next batter up was Travis Fryman.
Oh yeah, sure.
And same thing, but this guy was 2-2, and I threw him I threw him another slider. Yeah, and I struck him out. So I went home that day with 1 inning, 2 strikeouts of view. So I was pretty pumped.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
No, that is awesome. Teresa asks, "What is your favorite ballpark?" And did you like playing New York teams?
I like to play in New York. I like playing against the Yankees a little better. I think of the history that old stadium. I never got to play in the new one. Was unbelievable reach. My first time in New York ever. It was in the middle of the season in 2003. I got there and I happened to pitch out of the bullpen on Sunday. I happened to pitch 4 innings, so I knew that I needed like 3 days off. The second day was a snowstorm, so the game got canceled. So 4 days here, 4 days in New York, and I didn't get to pitch. So then I went to New York. We went back to New York for the playoff. And that was the second time that not the third time that I was scared because the first night in New York I was warming up, right? And I already that year threw like 90 innings out of the pen that year, right? So, but never nothing out of New York. So the first time we go there, the first time in the playoff game that the phone rings or rang, it was because of they wanted me to get up. So I got up, probably threw about 12 pitches. I couldn't throw one single strike. So the phone rings again, and the coach goes, "Hey, Hawkins, you're in the game. Latroy Hawkins, you're in the game. Why you got to sit down?" So while Latroy is warming up, the coach calls me and say, "Juani, are you okay?" I say, "Yeah, you had a long season, threw a lot of innings." I say, "Yeah, yeah." Are you good? Is your arm okay? I say, "Yeah." Are you scared? I said, why are you asking that? Because you couldn't throw a single strike in your warm ups. And I say, Stelly, I was very scared. So that was my first interaction with New York. The next day, same situation, but I knew that I was gonna go in. I don't remember who was the first guy that I faced. The first guy is the current manager, Aaron Boone. He hits a ground ball to me. The
Oh wow.
next guy, I think it was Giambi, and he got on base. I don't remember. And the next guy was Juan Rivera that hit a ground ball double play. But the not the funny situation, but the most interesting situation out of all of that, it was when I got to warm up that I got on the mound, and I remember looking up. I look at the home play, and you get to you took I took a minute to admire where I was. I look at home play, I look at Pisinski, and then I look behind him, and I remember seeing all these people. But then, what impressed me the most, it was that I looked up and I saw the crowd. The how big was that stadium, full of people. It was a cold night in the beginning of the fall season, and I remember looking up, and that was unbelievable. That was one of the images that I gonna have for the rest of my life. It was like my New York debut. It was in a playoff game at New York at the old stadium. Not too many people can say that. And I said, well, Babe Ruth played on this field, and Mickey
Yep.
Mantle, and Lou Gehrig, and I even said Jeter played. This is it. This is the place where everybody wants to play at, and I'm here. And then I start warming up. It was, that those moments watching the Yankees play when I was a kid. At that stadium, and I was already there as well. So that was one of my fondest memories.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you one. So I covered quite a few games in that particular stadium, and when it was no more, it like ripped a part of your heart out
Yep.
because I have so many memories there. Not only covering the game, but taking my dad with me, the family, cousins from another country, from Italy, and you know I have a lot of pictures. I have it in my heart, but that stadium is very, very well missed. I mean, the new Yankee Stadium, yes, they started with a championship, but The old one was just it was. I mean, a lot of road teams didn't like coming to play here. They were like, oh my god. That was the next question we have from Ava. She said, when you guys were coming in to play the Yankees, was it a moment like, oh no, we got to play them, or how did you guys feel coming in? Was there a factor like, oh, we got to play these guys again, or was it just a normal game for you guys?
So in the season, there's two different atmosphere. In the season, it's just a regular road trip. New York is always going to be magic. You know,
Well, that was magic. I think every time we talk about New York, it disappears. There
can
we
you see
go.
me?
We got you.
I cannot hear.
All right. Live TV, folks. Hang in there. We'll get him back. There we go. I think we got him back. Juan, do you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So New York is always magic. When we magical when we play regular season, yeah, it's just a regular season game. You probably get more people, because of the media, the fans, how crazy they get. In the playoff, it's a total different ballpark. It's a total different game. You got front office people ownership in the plane with us when we go to New York. You got escorted by the police department in and out of the hotel. The bus, they stop traffic so you can go through the city a little quicker. So it is definitely a different atmosphere. But when we played those years, you knew that we were gonna face, probably the best team in the American League. Not just because of the team, it's just because going into New York, what it means playing in New York with 40,000 people, 45,000 people. I don't know how many people there were in there. In Minnesota, we knew that we were gonna have the home advantage, but I don't think that we ever beat New York at um, I don't think that we ever beat New York in New York. To be honest, I don't think that we won a game in the playoff, and I think that in the season we got swept all 4 years that we played there. I don't think that we ever got to beat them. It was pretty tough playing New York. They had such a great lineup, top to bottom, full of people that I think should be in the Hall of Fame by now. You got Posada, you got Bernie Williams, Jambi, you got obviously Jeter, you got A-Rod, Sheffield. That lineup was just stupid. At some point, you guys had Johnny Damon, you got Cano, you got the manager right now.
Joe Torre.
No, Boone.
Boone.
Aaron Boone was there. It was, that lineup. You look at it and like, wow, this team is the team. This is like the new LA Dodgers. I would say like the current LA Dodgers right now, back in the days. And pitching, you got freaking Mariano at the end. You got Roger Clemens. You got Musina. You got Pettit. Like really, dude? I mean, is this a video game team or one of those teams that you assemble by playing a lot, or is this for real? It was a tough team to compete against. Yeah, I gotta tell you.
And I'm glad you said that because Bob in the chat asks, what kind of a 5 or 7 game series would it be, in your opinion, Yankees of that era and the Dodgers of this era? And who do you think, in your opinion, would be on top? And do you think that if you're picking the Yankees, it's really because of Mariano Rivera? What do you think?
I would say the Yankees back then. They got way more experience, and the Dodgers right now are, they have Otani, they have Mookie Betts, they got the Oscar, but I think that they were more around better teams. the Yankees back then. They got way too much experience. They got, seven Cy Youngs and MVPs and closer relievers of the years like Mariano. They just had that team. I think that was the team, the best team that I have ever seen. It was the Yankees back in those years that I have seen. They probably were better teams before, but that I have seen, like that I have faced the Yankees.
Yeah, and believe me, you just scored a lot of points with Yankee fans. I can tell you that because they're all happy that you said that. But they, how do you think baseball's changed from when you played a few years back to now? And do you worry about where the game is headed?
I definitely do. You don't see any more guys. They tell you as a starter, five and die, and then the bullpen will take over. Now you're seeing bullpens pitching 200 plus innings. Uh, I don't know, maybe like halfway through the season, and because that tells you that they're not letting the pitchers pitch. You're not gonna see again Mike Musina. You're not gonna see again Andy Pettit. You're not gonna see again Roger Clemens. You're not gonna see any of those guys again. You're not gonna see the lefty for the Dodgers. What's his name? Kershaw. Once he's gone, that he's gone. That you're not gonna see a lefty like that again. You're not gonna see a Scherzer or Verlander again. Those guys are, take a picture of them, go watch them pitch because you're never gonna see them again. They're unless they change up top, the mentality. They're telling you, well, throw 100 miles an hour, but now they're lasting 3 years, 2 years. They're breaking and they're gone. They're very disposable. The pitchers, not like we were not disposable back then, but now they have so many kids throwing so hard that they're telling you to be effectively wild. That's what they call. They're not telling you how to paint the corners. They're not telling you how to change speed. They're telling you throw hard, throw the ball right down the middle, and gonna teach you a pitch that it breaks 3 feet off the plate, and that's it. That's what they're teaching. They're teaching you to throw pretty much. They're not teaching you to pitch. The Greg Maddox, you're not gonna see the Tom Glavine. You're not gonna see any of those guys again. They're not pitching. They're throwers. So I don't like the where it's going to. With the system now that you can challenge the pitches, the balls and strikes. I think that you could correct this by making the umpires more accountable for their mistakes.
Right.
You say, well, you get suspended, you get a review more often, and it's just like the players. You don't get your job done, you go to the minors, you get fired. Well, if you miss X amount of pitches, you got to take a week off or whatever it is, something like that. But little by little, they're destroying the essential of the game by bringing all these machines, all this technology that is fun, but it's not really baseball anymore.
But it's not only that, Juan. And what about the automatic in the top of the 10th inning? You're putting a runner on second base and you're making it so hard. I mean, after you gruel 9 innings and you lose because you put a guy on second base, a little ground ball to the right side, he's on third, a fly ball, and the relief pitcher did its job, but they're losing. So I think that's a little extreme. I know they want to speed it up, but you also have to be fair to the team, the home team, the fans. I just think that is so to me unfair after
So
you rule like that.
think about this one. Let's say that you're playing 162 games. You're tied for the tiebreaker to see who's going to be the next one, and then just think that your season is gonna go away because it happens to me. I'm gonna tell you what happens to me in Milwaukee. I got man on second, guy gets on base by an error, steals second base. Uh, Ball hits a dirt, to the catcher. Catcher throws, the guy runs to third base, throws and hits the runner in the helmet. He goes head first to third base, hits the ball in the head, the catcher, the runner in the helmet. Ball goes away. runner scores, game over. I lost a game with an error, 2 errors actually. You see what I'm saying? So just imagine that happens. Man on second, ball in the dirt. The guy take off. The catcher hits the runner. Ball goes away. There goes your season because of a ghost runner. They're telling you, well, for the pitcher standpoint, it doesn't go against your ERA. I don't know if it's true or not. But what about the losses?
Yeah.
You got to put that loss to somebody. You got to count that to somebody, and then you're gonna go into arbitration, and then they're gonna bring, well, he lost 5 games in tiebreaker because he can no handle pressure. No, it was because he was designed for the pitchers to lose games. They only care about guys hitting homers, and they only care about scoring a ton of runs because that's what brings people in. The new generation of viewers or fans. That's the only thing that they care about. No, they don't want to get their question about the pitch clock. Well, they don't want to sit there for too long. Go watch basketball. That is back and forth the whole game. Go watch soccer for 90 minutes that they never stop. It is baseball. It's strategy. It's the one that is the only sport where you can think ahead of the play, what you should do, what you can do. And it's probably the hardest sport in any of the major sports to play.
Yeah, I mean, you got to hit a 95, 100 mile an hour fastball. Good luck to you.
With that,
it's not
33 with a 33-inch stick and you got to think about if it's going to be strike, it's going to be a ball, if it's a breaking ball. And then after you hit it, you have 7 guys or 8 guys in front of you trying to catch a freaking ball. And then on top of that, you got to run 90 feet to get to your first base. Think about it.
Oh, and another thing that I find amazing that people don't realize, you're talking about the bat, like 38-ounce bat, and you're swinging that at a 95 to 100 mile an hour fastball. Do you know how incredible you have to be? That's why there's only 735 players, in the major leagues that are stars because, that make it. Because, I mean, we're all quick and we're all in it. Oh my God, that guy can't hit or whatever. You go up there and try, and I'll try to hit a pitch off for you. I can't do it. There's no way. If you're gonna, even if you throw 90 miles an hour, I'm lucky if I hit a ground ball to third. So
there's a interview. They're interviewing people in the streets, and they're saying, "Can you hit Paul Skeens in 100 pitches?" I would not even go to Paul Skeens. I would go to a guy that is a number 3 starter in any rotation in the big leagues, and you take a guy from the streets and you give him 100 pitches for him to hit it, and I can tell you, maybe that guy in the streets is gonna probably hit 1 out of 100 times out of these guys. So, and not even taking the best pitcher right now in the big leagues. I'm just taking a third starter.
Yeah, but first of all, I don't care how, I mean, I understand because you work out, but do you find, I mean, I know you weren't a hitter and you were a pitcher, but do you find swinging a 38-ounce bat at 100 mile an hour, how do you do it?
No, the bats are about 33 and a half, 34. The biggest, I think at the biggest, the guy that have shown at probably the biggest bat, it was Soriano, that he's shown at 35. That he was impressive. So that was another guy that we never mentioned, Soriano, back in the days with the Yankees team. He got so underrated. He was like 33, 30. That guy, he was impressive. But no, the bats are about 30, 33, 34 inch. And
well, I got news for you. I have in front of me right now a 36 from Carlos Beltran. This was gifted to me from actually one of his major surgeons. He signed it. He said what kind of a big Yankee fan was, and I was finishing up a nighttime overnight job, and he was nice enough to sign it and everything. And I got to tell you, Juan, I think I'm kind of a little strong. I can't. How do you? It takes a superstar to swing at a 95-mile-an-hour pitch when this thing is 36, 38 ounces. It's crazy.
That's
You
probably a
gotta
training
give
bat,
them the
or a
what?
model, or that's probably a training bat or a display bat for autograph and stuff.
Well,
Because
this bat, he hit a double in Yankee Stadium with this bat.
oh really? You may want to save it then.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not
So
letting it out of my sight. I love it. It's one of my prized possessions. But
you know, one time I was on my way back from here from Florida to New York, and I was on a plane, and there was a magazine, and they were selling Yankees memorabilia. So I got to the clubhouse that day, and I asked the clubhouse manager if that was for real, and the guy said, "Yeah, you know, the company is actually here," and they put me in contact. Long story short, I ended up buying two all Yankee Stadium chairs. One
oh
signed by
god,
Mariano, and the one signed by Jeter, and they were authenticated. They're in my office. The office being worked on. That's why I'm not in there. I cannot show it because there's people working in there. But that I have it right next to my desk in my office. So it's one of my probably my most precious memorabilia.
would you ever you have any idea what it would be worth?
No, I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know. They're screwed together. I put them on like a little stool so nobody would sit on it, and even has a piece of gum underneath one of the chairs, and they put the logo, the sticker, the authentication sticker from the Major League Baseball right next to the
Wow.
what's the name? Right next to the piece of gum that is underneath the chair. It's pretty cool. They're pretty cool chair. I really like them. Those are my
So
precious.
you have two signed chairs by two Hall of Famers.
Yep.
And so we can actually start a collection here because I have Carlos Beltran going into the Hall of Fame with the bat. So now what do we need? We need a piece of first base, second, and third, and we'll be okay. But
right,
that's pretty cool. No, I was surprised. Actually, this was his surgeon who explained to Carlos that I was a huge fan, and I got surprised when after 28 years on an overnight job, actually doorman concierge, while I was also doing broadcasting. It was one of the greatest thrills. And actually, I got a signed helmet from Tino Martinez.
Okay.
And an authentic ball from Aaron Boone. So I did pretty good on that. Leaving that beautiful site in Manhattan. So, but we have another question for you, Rich, from Richie. In 2004, how did you develop a heavy slider with the same arm speed as your fastball? Hitters could not read that speed on it. 106 strikeouts in 81 innings. That's amazing. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So the slider, I used to be fastball, curveball, changeup guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in '99, I was in Quad City, Iowa, and I was sitting in the outfield, and I was actually playing with a ball, while we were practicing. So I said, let me see, and I start flipping a ball with these three fingers, flipping it up, and the ball had a real nice. If I would throw it like this, the ball would go up and down in the same position. I wouldn't even move my hand. So I said, let me see how this would feel throwing a bullpen. So I started throwing a bullpen, and I started throwing that pitch to see what it did, and that's how I found my slider. So in 2003, that was the beginning of my first best years in the big leagues, even though that people overlooked at that. I started leaving my curveball more for my slider, but the key for my pitches, it was not just my slider. The thing was for lefty. Since I was a kid, my dad used to tell me that whenever I face a lefty, throw the ball up in the hands to them, because they have a big hole right underneath their hands, and they love to swing a pitch up and in the zone, but they cannot catch up to that pitch because they have like a golf swing. So I started playing with the fastball as well, and I figured that the way that I was gripping the ball, it looked like a cutter.
Mm-hmm.
So I would throw fastballs in to lefties right up in their hands, and then the slider I would throw as hard as I could, just with that little slap to the pitch at the right in front of me, and the ball would break down. It looked like a fastball to lefties. I would aim in, and to lefties, I would throw that pitch right at their hands. By the time that they swung, because it was a fastball, it broke down towards their knees. I once hit a lefty in AAA, and I hit him in the back knee with the slider, and he completely swung at that pitch, and I hit him in the leg. It's just how similar they look to each other. So that's what I look what I try to do with my slider. I threw as hard as I could, but right in front, right before I release the ball, I would snap my fingers. I mean, to have that little late break. It took a toll on my elbow because once you start not being that young, the elbow starts paying the consequences. But back then, that's what I did. That's why it was so successful against lefty, especially.
Yes, and very successful. Ava asks, "What was your great? What do you feel is your greatest accomplishment in baseball? What are you most proud of?"
So I think of playing that in the 2000s with those Twins teams. I think that was one of the greatest thing that I could have ever done. Probably the greatest thing is to play in the big leagues. I was one of those lucky guys. It only has been less than, I don't know, 23,000 guys that have played in the big leagues, if that. And I was, I'm one of them. Also, that 2004 season, I think I was the first reliever to struck out 100 or more guys out of the pen, all these out of the pen, to throw more than, I know, to strike out more than 100 out of the pen, and to win 10 or more out of the pen in the same season.
Wow.
So it was the first guy to do that. Then Tyler Clipper, that I think he played with the Yankees for a little bit. He was the second guy to do that when he was with the Nationals.
Yes.
So we were like the first two guys to ever done that. So I think at that it could have been. I pitched in 2004, I think it was. I got to pitch the last inning against the White Sox in order to clinch for the playoff. That's an honor because that's when you celebrate on the field, and you kind of log that with pitching in the last inning. So the manager gives that to either the most of the time the closer, and he gave that to me. And I remember I threw 2 innings that game. So I think that those times are probably my the best time, the most memorable thing that I did in the big leagues.
Another question here from Bob. He asks, playing in Minnesota, how would you rate their fans as opposed to the rest of the league? Where you played and all of that, are they very passionate? And how was it to play for a team that's not like New York or some, not putting them down, but not like New York based with all the hype and all of that? Would you like that better, or did you you would have liked to have been in the big hype cities?
Well, it's two different things. The Twins are a small market team. The fans are very, very polite. They really watch what they're gonna tell you, or how they say in New York they use. They I don't think that they process what they're gonna tell you. And there are two different scenarios. There is not such a big media in Minnesota. You only have probably like 3 newspapers. In New York, for example, or Boston, LA, Chicago, you got Spanish, you got obviously English, you got the fan base is way bigger. because you're able to draw the Spanish population in Minnesota. There are not that many. There are many Latinos that like to watch baseball. So it's just two totally different. I think that if you want like a peaceful, quiet career that you fly under the radar like Joe Mauer did, you should stay in a team like that one. Kansas, Cleveland, Minnesota, Colorado. That they're not gonna have such a big attraction of media. But then, if you really wanna go out and compete and be in the spotlight, LA, Yankees, Mets, Cubs. That's the team that you should go for because that those teams are gonna attract media. They're gonna attract coverage. They're gonna attract sponsors. So they're obviously gonna be more seen. That's two totally different careers path that you could take. Both of them are fine if you want to be you know, play for New York and everybody get to know you, or you want to play for a team where it's like more relaxed, more family guided, that you can take your family and nobody's gonna mess up with them. And you know what I mean. Phillies and Chicago, all those are they're very hard to play for.
Yeah, and another one of our avid viewers here asked, "Did you ever play for Oakland?"
No, I got that question a lot. That's Ricardo Rincon. He's Mexican.
Right.
He was all getting out of the league by 2003, and that's when I
Yes.
was coming up, and that's when the movie came up. And actually, funny story, the that movie is based on the Cleveland and the on the Oakland A's 2002 team that we end up beating to go and play the Angels the year that they won the World Series. So we
Correct.
end up beating Oakland, and they made a movie out of that Oakland team in 2002.
Yeah, play Moneyball.
Moneyball, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. That was awesome, and they did that very well. By the way, that was a very very well suited movie, and everybody was involved in that, and
I'm not a baseball movie guy, but that was actually a well put movie together.
yeah, I know it was. But so, in your opinion, and I know, and it's hard to explain, but do you are you fearful for another lockout or a strike after we say goodbye to the 26th season? What views do you have, or do you have you caught up with this news? How do you feel about this?
So I think that there's gonna be some drama. I don't know. I hope that they don't go as far as a strike. There's a lot of people, not just the athletes involved. There's a lot of people that they need to the season to start because, for example, in I will tell you this, we had a good friend of ours that I think both of them has passed away, and they worked for the Twins for 30 something years, and they only would have worked for 6 months a year throughout the season, and then they would have take the winter off and they would have come and travel around. But that people depend on that kind of money to sustain themselves for their race. It's not like a lot of money, but they were so old, not so old, but they got some money saved that they only needed like a part-time job.
Correct.
So there is a lot of people involved, not just the athletes. The owners, they want a salary cap. The teams, they want a salary. I mean, the union wants a salary base. And I think that if you make money, if you work for a company and you make money for that company and you get your job done, you should get paid. You should get rewarded, not just the company. In this case, the teams, they want a salary cap and they can control. Look at what happened with hockey before Donald Fair went to the he was the for those that don't know who Donald Fair was, he was a union leader when I was there, and then he went to the hockey association because hockey had one of the worst deal ever. Hockey, it was they have a salary cap, let's say $40 million. So they were at $38 million. And there was this guy that got traded from whatever team to this team, and he was making $10 million. The remaining of the salary, the team was going to cover the $2 million to get to the salary cap. The remaining of the money was paid by the players. The players were taking cuts on the checks to pay for the new player in. And that's what the team wants. I don't know if they want that far, but I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not too deep into this, but I'm pretty sure that's what they want. Um, so if you're making money to pay Shohei Otani $700 million, I don't know, whatever it is, or the left fielder for the Mets, Soto, it's because you're making money. Am I right or wrong? Because if you're broke, if you're not making that kind of money, how are you gonna pay him? That means that they're getting paid, but they want all the money for them. They want all the power for them. They want all the TV rights for them. So it's not right. The people are coming to watch the players. They're not coming to watch the owners. They're not coming to watch the people calling pulling strings in the front office. They're coming to watch. They're buying. You don't see anybody buying Brian Cashman jersey, but you see Aaron Judge jersey. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, just a few.
People are coming to see their players, not the front office, not the owners. I read an article about the Dodgers making, I think it was $30 million more than the Marlins last year, after they paid and did everything. They make, I think, at $230 million, and the Marlins or Pittsburgh, something like that, like a small budget team, $200 million. So what does that tells you? That tells you that they are getting money, they are getting paid, but they are not choosing to invest on the teams. They are just companies to see how much they can profit from baseball. So that's what I think, that it should be a salary floor for the owners, but not for the players.
Yeah,
So
and I agree with that. And like I say, I was saying something like, but technically there is a cap, because after you go over a certain amount, like 300 million or 325, there's a cap on all of those. So I don't see where it would change. You're not going to cap 200 million because it's a sign of the times. So I remember interviews with Hal Steinbrenner. He said, "Listen, we don't need to have a $200 million payroll to win. The very next year, a year and a half, we don't need 250 million. Then about a year later, we don't need a 300 million. But it's being done. It has to be done. That's just the way it is. I mean, my thing is, there is one in place, but technically there's not, because you're paying the tax on that. I know the players don't want to hear that. No, they don't want, and I know the owners, they want, but how do you come to a happy medium if you're already getting taxed on $320 million? That's what I don't understand, where this is headed.
They put it with the Otanis, the Suzuki, the other dude, the other Japanese. Now the Major League Baseball teams are tapping into the Asian market, so they're getting rights in Asia. So that's a lot of revenue. What do you think that they're doing all these games in Europe, in Korea, when they went last year to England? They're doing all that to get more revenue. They're not doing that just to expand the baseball because they're so cool. They're making money out of that. So that salary cap, it was put in place by the owners. So they forbid the owners, I mean the Dodgers, from going to spend more money than the Marlins. But you know, if you bring people into what the Marlins has done with their team, they got Stanton, they got what's the name, Jelich, they had Osuna, they have Arias, they had the other dude, and what they have done, they build them up and they get rid of them. They build them up and they rid of, because they don't want to pay them.
Right.
Why? So why how did the Yankees got into Stanton? Because he was making too much money and there was a big team that wanted to pay for it. So they got a Stanton, right? What they
Yes.
were doing, what happened with Tyler Glass now from Tampa? Well, Pittsburgh traded him away. Tampa couldn't afford him, didn't want to afford him, and they traded him away. What did happen with what's his name? Mookie Betts with Boston. He was gonna hit free agency. Boston didn't want to pay him, and they trade him away. So, are you gonna penalize for example, the Dodgers that wanted to pay them? Are you gonna penalize the Yankees because they wanted to pay for all these guys that they have? They still have room to grow because their small budget teams don't want to pay them because they don't want to, they don't want to get off their wall and pay them. You keep all those teams. Marlin would have had a great team by now.
Oh yeah. No,
All the players that they developed.
They want teams to also that are getting the luxury tax to spend. And this year, the Pirates have done a decent job. The Marlins even got a couple of people. The White Sox got involved, so that's good to see. And
how long the White Sox have done terrible? How long the Marlins have done terrible?
Well, yeah, because they don't get anybody. They're relying on the minor leagues.
And the minor leagues, and it doesn't get any better, and it won't get any better. I went to a game one time about 2 years ago. It was Marlins and Brewers. I can tell you there were more people selling beers than fans in the stand.
Jeez.
They probably had about 500 people in the stands. Day game with the small market team is just a waste of money. It's just a game to get in the calendar. That's it.
Well, they should play those games at night, no question about it. But
but the problem is if it's if they're playing the Braves and the Braves are playing in San Francisco, the next day you want them to travel during the day, so they have time to get to the city and accommodate themselves.
No, and like you said, the smaller clubs, it's hard, but we did see attendance go up a little bit, which is nice to see. But what worries me is if there is a lockout or a strike, it's gonna be like it was in 94, 93, 94, and it's gonna be very, very hard to get these fans because now it's too involved. They got to have Netflix and they have to have this. At least in 93, 94, you had your local TV, you had a little cable.
The local newspaper.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, it's just incredible. But I want to thank you for, your great insight and as usual from Nitin Sports Rush, what an incredible guest you are, and definitely an honor to have you on. And I hope during the season we'd love to see you and talk about Twins and anything you want to talk about in the world of baseball. And hopefully we could avoid all of this. And there are other things I did want to talk to you about. I don't want to keep you, and also I have a little surprise for you that I want to bring up. So if you're ready, I'd like to do that right now with you. And there he is.
Oh, there he is.
How you doing,
What's up,
my
buddy?
guy?
How are you? How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining Joe's YankeeMania show. All the guests that's been on the show has been through us, and you're added to the list. And we brought him so many baseball guests here. Actually, we brought him Andre Jones here before. We brought him Jabba Chamberlain, a whole bunch of people. So you're added to that list. And
Well, it's an honor.
yeah. How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah. No, I've been good. I've been busy. I gotta say that I'm very busy.
Yeah. And you're
That's
doing
always good. Busy's good.
Yeah, you should. You want to promote your company? What you do now on there?
Well, right now, I've been working. I was doing private aviation. That's because of all the networking that I have done throughout the years. But now I've been coaching for a high school team, and I'm coaching for a local travel team, for 2 travel teams, and they keep me real busy. Monday through Sunday, games after games and practices, and I love it. I'm doing what I love. So I wouldn't trade it for anything. I don't respond to a ball. I mean, I have 2 owners that I respond to, but they let me do my thing. They let me coach and let me develop, and I have a good group of guys around me that it makes me look good. So, I do what I like and pay a lot of money. I'm in real nice cities, coaching these kids, very polite. So that's what I've been doing lately. So no baseball organization for me. They're getting more savvy tech kids than me, and I'd rather to teach real baseball.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'll be in Florida next month. We all should get together next month in
Yes,
Florida.
we should. Yes, for
Are
sure.
you,
Let me know.
where in Florida are you in again?
I am south of West Palm Beach. I'm in
Okay.
Boca Raton. Yes.
Nice. Okay, my brother lives in West Palm also, and
Okay.
my parents live in Sanford, like 30 minutes away
Oh,
from.
Sanford, yeah, by Orlando. Yeah, we go a lot to Sanford to play perfect games, and they're in Sanford. That's what it's called, Sanford, right by the airport.
Yeah, I'll try it when I'm going there beginning of March. So I'll let you know, and then we'll all should get together.
Yeah, that's fun. That'll be great.
Yeah. But I just want to say thank you again for joining Joe and his show. And obviously you're busy, but yeah, thank you again for
No,
joining
no,
us.
my pleasure. My pleasure for you guys anytime. Joe, it was nice meeting you. Nice. It's an honor to be in your show.
Oh, it's an honor for you. For us to be interviewing you. I mean, I get starstruck whenever there's a player, a former player. I watched you pitch. I was at the stadium and I've seen it, and I get goosebumps all over the place because it's an honor for me, and I just want everybody to feel comfortable when they come on the show. And anybody that Nitin and his sports team has brought us has just been nothing but the crown jewel. And of course you're another one. You are definitely a crown jewel here. And anytime you have time, you want to talk some baseball, hey, we would love to have you at any time. And we thank you so much. And the most important is, please, you and your family stay healthy. God
Thank
bless
you,
you,
too.
and God
Thank you.
bless everybody that's associated with you, and those beautiful kids. They're very lucky to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words. Thank you much.
And
You
well,
too,
it's
guys.
the truth, and we love to see you, and just have a great, wonderful year. And it's a very privilege to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. My honor.
And
Thank you very much, guys.
you want to let them know about the promo real quick? Or?
Yeah, Juan, I hate to bother you, but we do this live quite a bit. If you don't mind, can you we'll have like a little countdown? You can say who you are and that you're watching YankeeMania. We'd really appreciate it because we have a lot of our guests and we promo it every day. We would love to have you give us a shout out. That would be really nice.
So it's YankeeMania, right?
Yeah, you could say YankeeMania or YankeeMania, whatever you'd like, whatever you're comfortable with, and
Okay.
you know who you are, and if you want to say the Twins, by all means, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring us down, and then after you do that, we count yourself 3, 2, 1 because it's easier. You do it, and then we'll come back up for you.
You count 3, 2, 1, or I do it.
No, you do. You can do it.
Okay.
It's
And also,
cool you doing it.
Joe, when we come back, I think Katie has a question for Juan too.
Okay, no problem. Let's do this. Thank you, Juan.
Like this is good.
We're going to come down.
Okay. Three, two, one. Hello, fans. My name is Juan Rincon, former. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's do it again. 3, 2, 1. Hello, fans. My name is Juan Rincon, former Minnesota Twins reliever, and I invite you to watch YankeeMania. Okay, stay here with Joe.
That was awesome.
Wow, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Thank you. Oh man, really, really nice one. Thank you. So Katie, you said has a okay. Let's bring it up. What is your favorite part of MLB career with the Minnesota Twins?
You know, I really had good teammates. You know, I was we were so close, so tight. We used to go out together. We used to go out to family barbecues together. Not the whole team, but a lot of people. Spring training was very good. The beginning of the season, the first night of the season away, we would go out to get to eat together. We had a real good chemistry in the clubhouse. I think that's one of my favorite parts about the Twins. The playing at the Dome, it wasn't that great, but the camaraderie, the clubhouse was so small that everybody. And listen, we got fights and we got arguments, we got people swinging right there at each other. A couple times that we got into a fight, but after that we were such a good out of that we were such a good teammates, such a good family. You got to say that clubhouse was good. The airplane ride, it was always good. So I think that's my favorite part about the Twins. I never played for a clubhouse that close like I did with the Twins.
Yeah. Oh, and you had some great players there. And I envied one particular player that I always thought was nothing but class and really great for the fans was Joe Mauer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked Joe. I always wanted him to come to the Yankees.
Joe Mauer was what I call a lady. She was so polite, so down to earth. And that's one of the reasons why he is in the Hall of Fame, because he was so polite with the reporters that everybody loves him.
Yeah, and you can see why.
Yes,
you can definitely see.
People don't understand and when say, well, how come Joe Mauer and this guy's not in the Hall of Fame? Well, probably because Joe was a guy that took time to treat everybody with respect, all the reporters, all the media people, and they love to talk to him. And when it was time for him to get elected, they voted for him. It's not rocket science. And then you have people that they were, get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you, and they don't understand that that's your job.
Mhm.
And when it was time for them to get voted, they were like, "Well, I'm not gonna vote for you. Screw you." And that's what happens. And it's just a reality. People need to be well players all around, on and off the field.
Yeah, no, you're right. Awesome questions, everyone, and fantastic answers. And again, thank you so much. And I really hope the two of you meet up in Florida.
Yeah,
you guys are absolutely a great tag team together. You could see that. And
I know other players down there too. I'm good friends with Johnny Damon, Jamal Weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know Nick Goody. Work with Nick Goody too, and some other players down there too. So
okay, good. Let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I hope you guys meet up and have a great time. But again, Juan, thank you, and thank you for the promo, and we'd love to see you during the season. We'd love for you to come back when you have some time.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You have a wonderful weekend, and stay healthy, stay well.
Tell everyone I said hi too. So
thank you much. See you guys later. My pleasure.
Thank you. All right.
Great job, Joe. You're busy day today. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's bring them all on. Nitin, I felt bad to ask. There was Joe Mauer and there was the other class act, the first baseman. What was his name?
Oh, Justin Morneau.
Justin Morneau.
The Eminem.
And it's my initials.
They called them the Eminem brothers.
They were two class acts. Those guys were the best.
They were Yankee killers too.
Well, quiet Yankee. You didn't mind it so much because they weren't stuck up. They weren't. They didn't stick it in your face. They should have been Yankees because they were very, very, very professional. Very professional. And I will stand up for them anytime. And I'm telling you, if we lost to Minnesota, not that I would be happy, but I got to tell you, I have the utmost respect for those two. I really do. And I always did.
They call them the M&M brothers.
The M&M brother, like Mickey, like Mantle and Maris. Only a few 25, 30 years later.
I don't know what happened to Justin Morneau. No one talks about him anymore.
Nobody talks about him. It's amazing. I guess, maybe in Minnesota land or something. But, Nathan brought us another class act. He is amazing. When they treat us like with respect, it's so rewarding, and it gives you a special feeling, because he treated like he treated like he's supposed to be the star, and he made us feel good, and that's what it's all about, and that's what makes a show. And you, the chat, I can't thank you enough, everyone, for great job here. Great job. We have been on for 2 hours and 30 minutes, but we had two wonderful guests. And Bree was a breath of fresh air. I absolutely wanted to hug her.
Yeah, like I said, my team and I have endless possibilities. Stay tuned, guys. More to come.
And I'll tell you, I'm really psyched, and I'm very proud that she picked us as the first interview, and I'm equally excited tomorrow with Jess, and I am besides myself for Monday, because I am going to be in Disneyland. I am absolutely. It's hard to sleep, guys. I'm like thinking of I want to do this right. I want to do that right. I want this and I want that. In the meantime, this guy right here just keeps throwing them more on the fire. And it's I might as well not sleep. Forget it.
See, like I said, we're the best in the business. My team and I are working on multiple things. Stay tuned, guys.
Well, all I can say is women power.
Yep.
Women power. Women power. It's the best. Guys, sorry, but it's the best. They are amazing. And if we leave this to the women, we are going a long way in sports history. Trust me when I tell you that.
Juan just texted us saying it was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. You heard that? He's right here live. Nathan tells us the truth. And thank you, really. I'm super excited, everyone. I don't even have an appetite. I don't even feel like eating today. I want to just keep going. I want to keep going.
Let's stay live now. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Oh man, really? We could take some lessons from Julia on Monday.
Sweet Caroline. Pop.
Good times never. So good. Hey, listen, I'm allowed to do that. I'm going yo 3 hours already. So we're allowed to buckle down the shirt a little bit. You know what I mean? So we're all happy, guys. Thank you for taking this journey with us. This is awesome. Please come back tomorrow morning. You guys are going to be in for a treat.
Guys, my team and I booked our other client and good friend, Jess Blaylock. She used to be a Miami Marlins host, and now she's working with the Florida Panthers, and she is amazing. She's such an inspiration, and she's a boost of energy for you guys. So get ready tomorrow with Joe and Jess. It's gonna be a great show, guys. Get your questions ready. You never know. You're gonna see them drinking coffee at the same time.
I think my new thing is I'm going to start out with a hug. These people are just amazing. They're just so much. It's so easy to interview everyone. It really is. And
Joe, the first time you had the phone call with us, right? Do you ever expect this to
No, not at all. Not at all. I thought you were going to say, yeah. Well, okay.
I told you we're the real deal. So
no, he's the real deal, folks. and we're lucky, and we are very lucky here, and we got to keep growing. So grow the show out, everyone. Everybody
guys,
here, please.
Don't forget, tonight is our Job in the Mouth show at 6:45. We're going to be joined by I booked them former Green Bay Packers running back and our client Amon Green. So
beautiful, and we'll keep you posted if the Yankees do something big time. We will come on one way or the other, guys. If not, then it's tomorrow morning. We'll come on the regular time, and then we get ready for June. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a fun, very, very good interview. She is a firecracker. She's fantastic on the air, and you're going to love this. Back-to-back interviews.
Can you send me the link again so my team and I can send it to her?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that as soon as now we get off. So, guys, thanks for taking this 2.5-hour journey with us.
Woo!
I'm talked out, but I have the energy, so I'll probably put out another short or something real soon.
Breaking news. Joe
has a short, ready and willing to go. But thank you, everyone. God bless you all. God bless America. We'll keep you updated what the Yanks are doing in Tampa. Don't forget, on Saturday, our first play-by-play with Yankees, The Ugly Truth, and Ken. We're simulcasting. We're all prepared. And, of course, the most exciting news out of all of this, too, is we are going to have a phone number very soon, guys, where you can talk to us on the phone. If you don't want to come on live on the screen, you can come on the phone. There'll be a delay. So you have to keep your TV, radio, wherever you're watching us down, and we can talk to you. So we're really looking forward to much more happy days. God bless you all. Have a great lunch, a great dinner. We may see you later. Who knows? It's up to the Yankees at this point. And otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow morning at our regular time. Please subscribe, and press that like button. Thank you, everyone. We love each and every one of you. God bless you all. Have a great day.